Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. Today is there a difference between a wealthy man, a rich man, and a dusty man? So if you watch Shira 7, you know what's dusty. Shout out to Shira, the godmother, and Michaela Pink. um Wealthy man. Well, depending on your area, in my area, wealthy men are quiet, meaning they don't show off their wealth, and I think it's in the most areas, it's that way that the men don't show off their wealth. The rich men, they flaunt it more. The new money flaunts it more, like they say. And the dusty men that just got rich are basically new money also, and they flaunt it also as well. The only difference, I don't know exactly, Laura 2261, what you meant with difference, but I think maybe you mean the way they treat you. Well, a wealthy man, basically the attraction. Every man, no matter if he's rich or poor, wants a beautiful woman. That's why level up and looking your best and everything like that is very important, that you look after yourself. Because a wealthy man wants a beautiful, sexy woman, as well as a man who is not that rich or a man who's poor. He also wants a beautiful, sexy woman. But maybe the difference is, wealthy men or rich men have a lot of options. They have a lot of options. They can have any kind of woman. They can have the most beautiful woman. And you just have to make a difference between attractive wealthy men and rich men and unattractive wealthy men and rich men. When you're dating a man who is wealthy or rich and is attractive, you know he has double options because he looks good and he has money, and that's the most thing women actually want, to be attracted to their partner and for him to have money, and not only one thing. The unattractive wealthy man, he also has options because his money compensates for his looks. The only difference maybe is when you are beautiful or you're exceptionally beautiful, that he will treat you better, or he will be lucky even to have you. So there are men out there who are not that attractive and they're actually happy and lucky and feel lucky to have a beautiful woman on their side. But there's no huge difference between the wealthy and the rich men, except maybe in their spending habits, in their behavior with flashing, other than the dusty man who is more aggressive in his approach and is more, with dusty we mean like low income men or men who don't even care that if they're making money and they're basically do not want to provide. um, they are more aggressive in their approach because they have nothing to lose. They take anything and everything that is gives it up on the first time, as well as a wealthy man. They have game because that's all they have. They only have game because they don't have the money to um, compensate for it. What I would say with dusty men or low income men is that some of them are actually very good at games, mind games, because you will see them. Some of them can get the most beautiful women to settle less and settle for them. And you as an outsider, you ask yourself, wait a minute, you're so beautiful. What are you doing with this average, or not even average, but dusty man who treats you poorly? What are you doing with him? It's because the beautiful women sometimes have low self-esteem. Beautiful women sometimes have the feeling, okay, they have so much options. The man who has the best game will come and get her because she has no game. So the dusty men can also make women pay them for things. They can have women give them gifts because they are good at games, because they don't need the money. They don't have the money to compensate for it. While the wealthy and rich men, they have game and they have money, but they don't have to use the much game because the money is making the work for them, basically. And every woman will be like, okay, you know what? After struggling, after working so hard, I'll just give up everything. Just marry me. That's how some women think about that. So in treatment, I would say you can be treated poorly by both, by a wealthy man and a dusty man. For you, as a tip for me, because this is a feminine level up channel, you choose the one that treats you the best, but you should definitely because divorce is the number one reason, and money is the number one reason for divorce. You should have a man. If you're a feminine and you want a provider who makes more money than you, if you want to work yourself as well, do that. But for the dynamics in the relationship, it's nicer as a woman if he makes more money than you. If you want to make your own money aside, which you should do in the first place, do it. You don't have to flaunt it in his face and make him feel like a man, just let him do the stuff. But if you want a 50-50 relationship, I would say a dusty man is good for you because he wants you to pay and he pays. Yeah, that's the only differences I can take off. If you have more differences, girls, let me know in the comments below. Bye bye.